Every day at exactly 3 p.m., Mr. Johnson rolled his wheelchair to the same window. Not 2:59, not 3:05, 3 o'clock sharp. The nursing assistants noticed it first, then the nurses, then even the housekeeping staff. Every single afternoon, he would position his wheelchair in front of the large window overlooking the parking lot and simply wait. He didn't talk much anymore. At 92 years old, with advanced dementia, his hearing wasn't what it used to be. His memory wandered most days. Sometimes he didn't remember his own daughter's name. But one thing never changed. 3 o'clock, the window, the waiting. One afternoon, a newer nurse named Sarah was documenting his vitals. His heart rate was steady, his oxygen was good, he was comfortable. That was the goal at this stage. She noticed how deliberately he moved toward the window, not confused, not agitated, purposeful. She finally asked him, "Mr. Johnson, what are you looking for out there?" He smiled, just a little, the kind of smile that only appears when someone opens a door to an old memory.
My wife.
Sarah looked out the parking lot. Empty, just afternoon sun stretching across the pavement. No visitors, no cars pulling in. For a moment, Sarah's mind went to what she'd been taught in nursing school. Confusion, disorientation, one of the signs she was supposed to document. But something made her pause. She gently asked, "Is she coming today?" Mr. Johnson kept looking through the glass. "No," he said softly. "She passed away 12 years ago." Sarah felt her chest tighten. In her 3 years as a hospice nurse, she learned that moment when a patient says something that doesn't make sense. When you wonder if their mind is slipping. But then he continued. "You see, for 48 years, she left for work every afternoon at 3 o'clock. His eyes never left the parking lot. His voice was steady, clear, present. She'd wave from the car before she drove away every single day," he said. Sarah sat down beside him. "And you told her you'd always be here when she came back," Sarah said. Mr. Johnson turned to look at her, really look at her. "I told her I'd always be here, even after I couldn't be." A silence filled the room, the kind of silence that only happens when you're witnessing something sacred. Sarah didn't write "patient confused" in her notes that day. She wrote, "Patient demonstrating meaningful memory recall, emotional and cognitive clarity, continue vigilance for comfort care." The next day, she noticed something. At exactly 3 o'clock, Mr. Johnson smiled, not because anyone arrived, not because he saw someone, but because in his mind and his heart, he could still see her. Sarah began sitting with him some afternoons, just 5 or 10 minutes. Other nurses started doing the same. No one wanted him to wait alone. They didn't see it as a symptom to document. They saw it as a love story still being written. 2 weeks later, Mr. Johnson's health began to decline noticeably. His oxygen requirements increased. He slept more. The staff recognized the signs. His time was measured in days now, maybe less. One afternoon, Sarah rolled him to the window like always. His breathing was labored. His skin had taken on that translucent quality that comes at the very end. 3:00. The sun filled the room. Mr. Johnson looked outside, and then he smiled, bigger than she had ever seen. His frail hand reached into the air, and he whispered, "There you are." A few hours later, Sarah found his hand still warm when she checked on him. He had passed peacefully in his sleep. For nurses, sometimes we're taught to see behavior patterns as symptoms, repetition as confusion, ritual as deterioration. But if we look closer, what if the deepest kind of love is so powerful that it doesn't fade, even when the mind does? Mr. Johnson's wife didn't come to the window, but in his world, the only world that mattered at the end, she was always there. That's not dementia. That's devotion. And as nurses, our job isn't just to document decline. It's to witness love, to protect dignity, to understand what sometimes the most therapeutic thing we can do is simply sit beside someone while they wait. For the families, if your loved one says something that doesn't quite make sense anymore, if they're waiting for someone who's already passed, if they're repeating the same ritual, the same hope day after day, don't rush to correct them. Don't assume they're lost. They might just be remembering what matters most. The deepest kind of love doesn't disappear. It stays, waiting quietly by the window.